Anna and her son Anders are moving into a new apartment. The first thing Anna does is to curtain all the windows in the rooms. Both the woman and the boy looked exhausted. Before going to bed, Anna made sure the door was securely locked. That night, she couldn't sleep for a long time. Worrying about her son kept her on edge. In the morning, there was a knock on the door. Anna was visited by social workers, Greta and Ole, who wanted to make sure the boy was okay. From Anna's appearance, she had barely slept again. Some time ago Anna had fled from her abusive husband and won sole custody of the son in court. The court also ruled that the ex-husband had no right to know where Anna and the boy now lived. She wasn't ready to let her child go to school, but Greta assured that socializing with other children would benefit Anders. After making sure everything was okay, the social workers left. Anna cannot stand it if the windows are open. Both she and the boy would like to forget the horrors they had endured. Despite her fear, Anna gathered her courage and took the son to school. The principal didn't like that the woman sat on a bench outside the school building the entire time. Anna was driven by paranoia. To avoid a second warning from the principal, she got on the first bus she saw. One of the passengers noticed her nervousness. To distract herself, Anna went into a shopping mall. In an electronics store, she crossed paths with the man from the bus, who asked if he could help her with anything. Anna said she wanted to buy a baby monitor. Although her son was already old enough, Anna was a very anxious mother and wanted to be able to hear her child when he was in another room. The salesman assistant helped her pick out a baby monitor. Anna thanked him and left. At home, Anders was drawing a picture of their new house. The mother promised him that they would be safe here. Then Anna checked if the baby monitor was working. The boy found it an amusing game. Mother and son spent the evening fooling around. Knowing that she would be able to hear her child at any moment eased Anna's mind a little. After wishing the son good night, she went to her room and placed the baby monitor on the pillow beside her. All night Helga, the salesman from the electronics store, was in the ward of his terminally ill mother. The woman had recently suffered a heart attack. The doctor explained that she would not recover. She couldn't even breathe on her own anymore, and it would be wise to disconnect her from life support. Helga had a decision to make. That morning, Anna brought her son to school again. Every time parting with him was hard for her. Seeing a woman on the street holding hands with a small boy, Anna, despite her fear of open spaces, followed them. They walked through the forest. This led Anna to a beautiful lake. The woman and the boy were feeding ducks on the opposite shore. At that moment, Anna simply enjoyed the tranquility of the forest. In the evening, mother and son played cards. During the night, Anna was awakened by screams coming from the baby monitor. She rushed to the son's room, but he was peacefully asleep. The baby monitor continued to transmit cries for help. In the morning, Anna woke up sitting on the floor. Anders had already made breakfast. Anna took the son to school but suddenly changed her mind, and they returned home. Later, the social workers came by, asking why Anders wasn't in school. Anna said that her son was just a little sick. When she learned that her ex-husband had hired a new lawyer and intended to reopen the lawsuit, she was shocked. He was a psycho and an abuser, but the court had deemed Anna's words insufficient as evidence. Before leaving, Ole advised Anna not to lie about why Anders wasn't in school. In the end she had to give in. Later, Anna returned to the electronics store and told Helga that she had heard strange sounds through the baby monitor. Helga explained that the monitor had likely picked up a signal from a neighboring apartment. To prevent this from happening again, she just needed to change the settings. Seeing Anna's confusion, Helga told her that he had a lunch break at 12, so if she wanted to talk, he would be happy to. Anna tried to forget about the incident, but during the day, the baby monitor again started transmitting someone else's voice. Anna peeked into the corridor but it was quiet. Then Anna carefully studied the instructions for the baby monitor. This allowed her to figure out approximately which apartments the signal could have been picked up from. After lunch, Anna picked her son up from school. Anders introduced the mother to his new friend. The boys looked remarkably similar in appearance. Anna was worried about having another boy in the house. Nevertheless, she continued to methodically calculate which apartment the signal might have come from. When Anna didn't find her son in his room, she panicked because he wasn't allowed to go outside alone. Anders was in the kitchen, upset that the mother had ruined his drawing. Anna assured that it wasn't her, but the boy didn't believe her and ran out of the house. In a panic Anna ran after her son, finding him in the parking lot. Suddenly they saw a neighbor carrying a plastic bag out of the building and placing it in the trunk of his truck. The whole time, Anna and Anders hid behind one of the cars. Later, she met with Helga and told him what she had seen. He thought Anna just had a vivid imagination, much like his mother. At that moment Helga shared his sad story with Anna, telling her that his mother was currently in the hospital in critical condition. Anna in turn shared that she sometimes experienced memory lapses. Perhaps it was due to lack of sleep. Although Helga and Anna barely knew each other, He was willing to offer her any support she needed. Anna wasn't used to someone showing her kindness for nothing. When Helga handed Anna his camera, she accidentally took a picture of him. Anna decided to print out the photo and hang it on the refrigerator, which Anders didn't like. The boy started behaving hysterically and locked himself in his room. Using the spare key, Anna unlocked the door and demanded her son promise he would never do that again. Seeing a photo of her ex-husband on the wall, Anna got angry. Despite everything, Anders missed his father. When the boy admitted that he had met with him twice at school, Anna was terrified. She immediately curtained all the windows and placed a knife on the nightstand next to her bed. All night Anna didn't sleep, guarding the son. The next morning, she met with the school principal, reminding him of the court order prohibiting Anders from meeting his father. The social workers were called to the school and concluded that the boy was just joking. The social workers also began to suspect that Anna might have mental health issues. Sensing that his mother was sad, Anders said he didn't want to be bad anymore. The mother hugged her son, letting him know that everything was fine. They went to a cafe for coffee and donuts. Seeing Anna from the window of the store, Helga couldn't resist and took her picture. Anna was willing to do anything to protect her son. One day screams came from the baby monitor again. Anna started writing down everything she heard in a notebook. She later returned to the electronics store, asking Helga to find her a device that could record sound. Taking advantage of the moment, Helga invited Anna to lunch. She said she couldn't leave her son alone. Anders didn't like being stuck at home all the time, so he convinced his mother to take a walk in the forest. They went to the place where there used to be the lake, but instead there was a parking lot. Anna was bewildered. Had it only been a figment of her imagination? Anders was very upset by the mother's deception and declared that he would tell the teacher everything. Anna yelled at her son, fearing that Child Protective Services would take him away. The boy ran into the forest, and his mother rushed after him. Suddenly Anna noticed that the neighbor was burying something in the woods, but she had no time to deal with that now. After finding her son, Anna brought him home. The apartment was unlocked, which alarmed Anna. She was sure she had locked the door before leaving. Hearing footsteps, Anna told the son to go to his room. It was Ole, who had opened the door with his own key. He was concerned about the fact that Anna was completely alone. Anna said she had a close friend, but Ole didn't believe her. Since Greta had quit, only Ole now decided who would get custody of Anders. He planned to return that night. Anna was very frightened. Not wanting to be alone, she invited Helga over for dinner tonight at 7 o'clock and gave him her address. He was very pleased. While checking another camera, Helga saw a boy in the cafe across the street. After work, Helga visited his mother in the hospital. The doctor tried to convince him that there was no point in delaying the inevitable. That evening, Helga came to Anna's place with a bouquet of flowers. He also brought a small gift for Anders, but the boy was already asleep. Anna hadn't had such close contact with anyone for a long time, but in Helga's company, she felt completely comfortable. He was the only one who could make her genuinely laugh. Helga shared that he had also lived in this building with his parents. His father had passed away a long time ago, and his mother, like Anna, had always been afraid of everything and wouldn't even let him go outside alone. Anna has few memories of her childhood. Now she is confused and doesn't know what to do. Anna is afraid to see a doctor because if she does, she might lose her son, especially since Anders' father is a lawyer. Anna let Helga listen to the recording from the baby monitor. He also heard the crying, so it wasn't just Anna's imagination. But there were no cries for help. Perhaps Anna had exaggerated due to her exhaustion. The doorbell made Anna flinch. She asked Helga to answer it. In the hallway, Helga crossed paths with a boy, not realizing that it wasn't Anders but his friend. The boy found in Helga a kindred spirit because both of their mothers were obsessed with control. This conversation brought up unpleasant emotions for Helga. When he wanted to talk to Anders again, Anna said that he had been asleep for a while. This led to a conflict, and Helga left. Looking out the window, Anna saw Ole. Taking the baby monitor, Anna walked through the hallway between the apartments and then checked the son's room, who pretended to be asleep. She had no idea that Anders' friend had been in their home all this time. He had also experienced abuse. The next day, Anna went to the electronics store, but Helga wasn't there. At that time, he was saying goodbye to his mother in the hospital. Helga held his mother's hand as she took her last breaths. At home, Anna heard the baby monitor turn on again. She went around to all the apartments on her floor, listening at each door. Seeing a suspicious woman leave one of the apartments, Anna followed her into the forest, and once again she was led to that lake. Last time there had been a parking lot in its place. In the water, Anna saw the boy who was supposedly Anders' friend. She could no longer tell reality from her fantasies. In the end, Anna rushed to help the boy. When she woke up in the hospital, the doctor explained that she had been found in a parking lot, disoriented and in wet clothes. Anna didn't understand what was happening. After the hospital, she went to the school to pick up her son, but the principal refused, stating that Anders had bruises on both of his arms. In such cases, the school has the right not to give the child to the mother. Despite the prohibition, Anna ran into the music classroom and took her son home. She was convinced that the ex-husband was stalking the son. Anders was silent and locked himself in his room. Anna's neighbor came to the electronics store and complained that he periodically heard a woman crying through the baby monitor. Helga explained that this was possible if the monitor was picking up a signal from a nearby apartment. For Anna, the son was the meaning of her life. She had to save him from his father. Ole came and said that Anders' father was already on his way. The court had ruled that the boy would be better off with his father. Anna was puzzled. Ole kept repeating that she needed help and urged her to trust him. When the intercom rang, Anna grabbed a sharp object and attacked Ole, pushing him out of the apartment. All this time it wasn't Anna's ex-husband calling on the intercom, but Helga. While she was hastily packing the son's things, Helga saw Ole lying lifeless near her apartment and started banging on the door. Anna didn't open, promising the son that from now on, they would always be together. Picking up Anders in her arms, Anna approached the open window. Helga broke into the apartment but didn't manage to stop her. After the jump, Anna didn't pass away immediately. Anders was nowhere to be found. It turned out that Anna had been living here alone all this time. 2 years ago, her ex-husband had taken the son's life, and it had driven Anna insane. Helga was in disbelief, as he had spoken to the boy in the apartment. Incidentally, Ole wasn't a social worker but a plumber. Helga tried to figure out who that boy was. This led him back to Anna's apartment, where he found a drawing depicting a grave in the forest near the house. There, Helga indeed discovered a body, belonging to Anders' so-called friend. In the final scene, we see Helga sitting next to Anna's body before the funeral, recounting the tragic story of mother and the boy. Perhaps now Anna has found peace and been reunited with her son. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss more exciting new products. Also, the authors will be pleased if you leave your opinion in the comments.